Hello. It's been a while since I've done any arty crafty stuff. A lot of unboxings. Been really busy. Yeah, various other excuses. But I'm going to make a few sort of jewellery and beaded items today, so hopefully that'll be fun. I've got 3 different projects laid out and I'm going to do them one at a time. Start with these. Going to be earrings. So I've got these ear wires and they slot in there, make a full circle, means you can put stuff on there. They've got a little hole. So I've got these just silver seed beads and some hematite beads. Start by threading these on. Got the hematite beads in 2 different sizes, and I think these are size 6 seed beads. In silver. Oh. Making some very simple earrings really. So that goes in there. Can do is just bend that wire that's gone through ever so slightly. Oh, if you can get it. Squash that, there we go, just to make sure it's fairly secure in there. Then I've got these jump rings, which I think might be too big actually. Let's try. Okay, these are better. I don't know exactly what size these jump rings are because a lot of this stuff I bought quite a while ago. It's not like it expires like some paint. Ooh. So I've kept it, but I've not labelled it very well. Imagine it's a, looks like maybe a 5mm. Down there. It's a bit awkward there. There we go. Oh, it's good work, isn't it? Dropping it. That's one. Now it just needs the ear wire attached to it. I want a jump ring because I want them to hang sideways, not front ways, I think. Quite full on front ways might be better. No, front ways. So if that's I've got 4 sets of pliers here. These are, can't remember what they're called, but they're like a tapered flat plier. They are round nose pliers. That's a flat used plier, and these are cutters. So, and they've all got different purposes. I'm going to pause while I make the other one because you don't need to watch me doing the same thing twice. Oh, but I'll let you watch me fish out a jump ring. Right, I'll be back in a moment. So, there we go, made the second one. And that is a fairly statement pair of earrings, I'd say. But I'm happy with how they've turned out. Now I'm going to start this project. This stuff is called memory wire, so it sort of stays in this shape unless you sort of really put effort into bending it otherwise. I make just one that goes round twice. I'll cut it there. First things first, curl the end so things don't fall off of it when I start adding beads and wire. Being memory wire, that's fairly hard work compared to some other craft wires. So curl it inwards so it doesn't stick out, and then help if I stayed on camera, wouldn't it? And then I've got this strange looking contraption and a bunch of these things in different thicknesses, and you have to remember how to use it, but you attach the wire somehow, and then you can sort of turn it like this, and it coils some wire. And I've got this sort of what are they calling it? Coloured copper, well, gunmetal, called this sort of brown copper colour. Right, now to remember how to do it. I'm going to pause again and just suss it out because this might take me a few minutes. Okay, I think I've got it. Maybe not right, but it seems to be working. I've wrapped a bit round this end and I'm just holding it sort of fairly loosely here, and then just turning it, but making sure it has space to maybe shift it up a little bit every so often. Which I can do on that side. uncoil up some more wire. I need quite a bit because it's going to cover most of the bracelet with some beads, breaking it up. It's kind of relaxing, to be honest. I expect I might have to do this more than once. If I do, I won't film take two. I'll see how much this first coil fills up the memory wire. Oh, undo that. Got a bit scrunched up there. It was quite relaxing. Okay, I think we are back on track. Right, that's as far as it's going to go. I will cut that and just untie that and do the same this end. I'm just cutting it and then pinching the wire to the rod so that it's doesn't stick out and start catching on people's jumpers and things. So there we go, got a nice uniform focus. There we go. So I need to cut it into small sections. Almost turn them into little beads, really. and it gets threaded on the memory wire like this. That's it. Then round a bead. And I picked these kind of, they went quite well, kind of purpley, so I don't know, like a purpley brown bicone. I think they're about 8mm. Maybe if I cut all these first, because I want them roughly the same size. They're a bit off, but don't want to waste any. And I'm just going to see, like this one's got a, I'm just going to trim that as well so it's not, so nobody gets clothing caught or anything like that when they're wearing them. I'm just going to thread them on and alternate with these beads. It's all looking a bit, it needs something else, I think. There. These size 11 silver seed beads. Let's see what they look like on either side of the, hopefully they don't just get lost in the coils. Yeah, I think that looks kind of fun. Let's get a few more of these out. These are size 11. And they're Miyuki seed beads. It's a good brand because they make them nice and uniform. Which is sort of necessary for more intricate beadwork with them, like when you're sort of sewing beads together. Definitely going to need to coil some more wire. These bracelets are pretty good for anyone who sort of lacks a bit of dexterity or struggles to get sort of clasped, bracelets with clasps on their own, because they're really easy to just sort of slide on and off your wrist. Sorry, a bit awkward because I don't want to let it go and lose all the beads. But hopefully you get what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to have to do, looks like I'm going to have to do the coil about the same amount again, because we've done half of it, but I think that's looking pretty nice so far. So I will pause and coil some more wire, because it's not fun to watch that twice. I will be back in a moment. There we go, all coiled, got them here. Just going to check them for bits of wire that might catch on stuff. Sometimes a wire just gets a little bit pulled out when I'm cutting them into bits. That will do. Gonna need some more of these little seed beads. So missed. Okay. Nearly done. That is not going to leave quite enough to curl the edges. I'm just going to snip a little bit off of that one. Oh, I should have left it. Where's the brown ones? tidying up this other side so it matches a bit better. There we go. So that's bracelet. I think for fun I might add some beads onto the end of there, just to dangle a little bit. Add one of these seed beads bottom of, there's a head bit. Oh, they're too wide. Got any narrower? There we go. They come in different thicknesses, so these are a bit, the head pins. I'm just going to put one of those on there and that, and then I will do a wrapped loop. So I'll do that, then you move the and then I'll get these and just, which I think looks nice because it's a bit like the coil. I'm just trimming off the excess. Oh, I'm trying to at least. And just do one more. So hold it with the round nose pliers, bend it over, then rotate the plier, wrap it round nose. Oh, good grip on it, then we can hard work this one. And just trim off the excess again. I don't think these cutters liked the memory wire. Of course they're sealed, so I'm just going to get some small jump rings to attach them to the ends. Okay. Yeah, so I've just added that detail, and see they go on pretty easily. trick number 2. And last thing I'm going to make today is a bookmark, which is really simple. I've just picked a few beads to go on the end. We'll need mostly eye pins, which just the ones with the loop at the end rather than that bit. I'm not going to do the wrapped loops because I think it would be a bit overkill. So just cut it and grab the end and roll it into a loop. Sorry, I keep taking them off camera, but that's what we need. I'm going to do that with the rest of these beads. I can probably reuse It's easier to do this on the big beads than it is on the little ones. You're making the eye pin, you want to bend wire. Oh. Make the loop in the same way. Add the bead. I do apologise, I keep taking it out of view, but it's quite hard to hold this sort of thing at a distance and see what I'm doing. My beads, got this that I want to hang at the end, and I've got these jump rings which are joined together, which isn't the most practical. And I'm going to hang them on this bookmark base. So start with joining them all together. Sturdy jump ring to join these two heavier beads at the bottom. And I've got some larger ones, and I'll decrease the size of the jump rings as the beads decrease in size. I think that looks quite right. I'm going to change it for a smaller one. Okay, got this bookmark, and I can find a book. There we go, just got this one. It slides in like that and hooks over the side so that it dangles down the spine. So that is my 3 projects for today. 3 bits of jewellery. So we've got the bookmark, the bracelet, and the earrings. Yeah, let me know which ones you prefer in the comments, and let me know if you've enjoyed the video. I've enjoyed making them, so hopefully, yep, don't know where that sentence was going, but hopefully you've enjoyed it as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.